Hi everybody, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I'm going to jump right in and go through these as a first time site visitor. It will be like a user experience test, all right? So for me, okay, so here we go. John, nice work. Let's see, I feel like that should be a little larger to read, but everything up here is good. Your color, good. Your highlights are good. Nice. These are linked up. Good job. You can take this off and put the year down here, okay, in the copyright. Let's see if this is reading there, and it is. Okay. Let's look at our story. I think that we can get this text a little bigger. It's 16, but this is just looking really small in this situation. Sometimes what happens is students are working at 80%. I'm not saying you were. And technically 16 shouldn't be too small, but it is in this particular font. So we want to make that a little larger. You can go ahead and remove any of this that you need to if it creates an issue. Okay. Interesting photo there. Good, good. Good, good. I know the menu page takes the longest for everybody. Let's see. It's okay that you don't have images. Better if you did, at least of the first, above the scroll images, I think. And of course, desserts always grab attention, so something to think about. But I do know the menu takes the longest amount of time. Let's take any address off. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Let's see, you have your events, you have your menu, you have your story, your location times. We don't have the rotation here. That's what's needed for this one, for the locations. And you can add a page if you want up here and just put in that content about the location schedule, the rotating schedule of days. All right? Otherwise, really great start. You don't have much of anything to do except a couple little minor things. Great job, John. Okay, Jazz, let's go to the home. Let's delete the login. And let's see, good. Okay, good. You do want to come down here and enter the name and 2 places, right, of the company. Yes, you linked up, good job. We want to change the colors here so that you can still see it when you're on the page. Let's see. You may need to, this happens a lot, provide a little more space around the logo, a little more padding. But it's right where it needs to be. Okay. Let's see. This is a normal way. It felt a little bit bold, so I wasn't sure. I wanted to check that. Let's wrap that down here. Okay, a little bit of space here. Bring that down. I see. Okay, so this is together. Okay. You just might want to rewrap it a little bit so that they appear together, even if you put it above, because that could be a little tricky there. You could take some space out. But it would be, and this isn't something you would think about, but for screen readers, they read left to right, top to bottom. So if this is a column, it might read this straight down. I'm not sure. Be interesting to check and see. I do think you want this to be blue, and let's get into this content sooner. We can just have upcoming events. You don't have to say news. You can rename this page to events, and we can bring all that content up higher. Good. Okay. Let's try not to clip our thumbnails here. Yeah. Let me do something about that. Otherwise, we're good there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of space there, but I'm guessing, well, you'd have to check. Check that on mobile. And the way you do that, you're not required for the mobile this year. That's not until next year, but I do want to make sure that it's all there. So that might have to be adjusted, just so you know in the future. You can check that out. It's in the top left of your Wix editor, your mobile screen. Okay. Okay. Again, we want to get into this content a little quicker, bring it up a little more. This is a little washed out. Okay. Otherwise, good. We do need a contact page at the end. John, did we have a contact page? I didn't look at it, did I? Okay, I did. All right. You might need an events page. So that would make this a little broader if you had your location and your Wix. Your location and your events. That works. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you'll need to add a contact page there at the end. It's not required to have a map. It's not hard to put that there, but it's not required. Usually we left align anything that is paragraph text. It gives it a nice straight edge and it's easier for people to read. Okay, but great job. I'm really happy with what everybody's doing so far. Nice work. Okay. I do like this. I like that line background for that. Nice. I put a little padding here, as much as you have here. Okay. Looking good. Love the colors. Good. Do like this. Okay. I do love this background. You want to optimize it so it comes up quicker than it just did. And I suppose okay. You entered everything. It looks a lot like the material given to you, but you've entered all of it. It looks really good. You might want to see if you can scooch that over here so we have a little bit more space between the columns. Just a little. Okay. Making it look yummy though. I like that that background. And some titles have either been removed. Okay. This is a fun site to go through. I do want those optimized because I want that to pop up immediately. I really like it. Okay, and you can cut this down. You can tell it's going to be way too long. So you can edit quite a bit of this. Okay. Okay. A little bit of space there, maybe. Okay. And I do like this a lot. It'll be interesting to see. Again, you're not required to have the mobile, but it'll be interesting to see where this menu comes out on the mobile screen. Okay, how things lay out there. Love this background too. Very crisp, nice. Okay. Okay. So this particular font, it might be used for initials, perhaps, for monograms or so forth, but it's not really used for all caps. So that's kind of the thing there. Probably you would just make that lowercase. I don't know if you could affect the kerning and still get it to work, but it's just not really designed for that, for all caps. Yeah, just do this. Good distinction. Nice. Okay. But you're only still working, so I just need to make another note to double check and see why that's not in the updated instructions this month. Let's see. Good. Great. Yeah, I think when we go back to, let's see, this, we probably want to bring that up here and center that. Okay. All right. Great job. Great job. Beautiful. Beautiful job. Very few things that need to have much done to them. Okay. So if I want to go back to the home page, I just do that. Okay. Everything's there. All right. Great job. Just a few tweaks. Nice work. Okay. Lines. Let's see. Okay. The first thing we want to do is work on the contrast here. Okay, so you want to go, if you're on this mint green, you're going to go darker with this text. Let's go ahead and delete this or move it. It's overlapping. We don't want to overlap. Yeah, you'll work on the crowding here. You will upload, there are links provided for the social media, so you'll want to do that. You'll want to put your footer back. If this is your footer, go ahead and put the content and copyright there. If these are going to be up here, you want to make them the same depth and the same space apart, right? Okay. You'll want to remove the catering and the contact and reservation page. It may be an application. It'll ask if you want to delete it. Just say yes. They don't have a restaurant. It's just a food truck. So okay, yes, move all this to the footer and it will be on every page that way. And go ahead and put the company name in there again. All right, so this can come off, and what we should have, what you can do, this, I'm not sure that that's in the header. I think it is because it's the same on every page. I think this is your header. So what you want to do Well, you want to freeze this. So you'll go to your header and you'll select settings. You'll select the little header button. Then you'll select headings and you'll freeze it. And some templates it will say pen, but you'll freeze it so that it will always be available. Okay, no matter where we are. Okay, we're going to link up. Okay. Be careful of skewed images. So I'm not sure about these. Okay, so those are working, but they need to just use these, so we'll pin those. I can tell you spent a little bit of time on that. Okay. And just put your social media in your footer along with your copyright information. Watch how this is wrapping. That happens often. You just have to check it when you're putting it in there, and cut this down quite a bit, and try not to have an image. Make sure you're going through your Creative Cloud and getting the license download. You don't want to have watermarks. And Full Sail has those accounts for you in the Creative Cloud. Okay, this is working. Too many buttons, these are distracting, and this goes along with Hick's law, and that is if we give too many options, it slows things down, right? So we don't want to give too many options, all right? Let's see. Okay, the news is going to be their events and things. That's a Teams page. So, you know, that's going to be moved way to the end, although your contact is going to be last. You don't need this feedback. You don't need the catering. Again, it may be linked to the menu. It'll probably fill in automatically, but you don't need that. And you only need the contact page. Okay. We've got some interesting functions here, just a few more than the client wanted, or it can get a little confusing. So we have locations here, but we're going to our about. So this needs to be renamed Our Story. Okay. This Our Story looks more like a home page. If you were to rename this home, and under your pages and menu, drag it to the top so it ends up over here, and just call this something else, a welcome or something, and this is all fine. This looks like a home page, and yeah, we talked about that. Let's see. And then your locations, the easiest thing to do is to rename this About, and then delete this, only have contact, delete that, and then add a location page. Or you can move all this content to an About page, but the easiest thing would be to rename this About, the location's About, and add, over in your editor on the left, the plus sign, or go to your pages and menu and add a new page and name it About. Okay, make sure your contact is at the end. We don't want any drop downs, okay? Okay, and delete the login. So I think you've got some things to get you going. And remove this space there. And I can't wait to see where you are week 4. Okay, you'll have a little time to work on this. You'll begin your portfolio website now that you've kind of got up and running a little bit. And for that one, you'll only be working on it a week. It will be your skeleton. It's not your polished finish. And you will bring it back with you usually to next year. But then, you'll be making your feedback adjustments for this next submission for your Real Deal Taco Week 4. All right? If you have any questions whatsoever, please contact me, and I will try and walk you through as much as I can. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock is the online live Q&A if you want to join that. All right? All right, everybody. Have a great afternoon.